the people like and trust, and that are like-minded and are leveling up, have a growth mindset, and maybe are doing the same deals anyway. Those are great places to find your tribe members.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Richer Geek. Today, we have Travis Smith. He's the founder and CEO of Tribevest. Tribevest is a platform that makes it easy to invest as a group and do deals together in as little as 48 hours. He started his career with Morgan Stanley. Then he realized the most direct path to wealth and financial freedom wasn't as an individual. The path is as a group, as a tribe. Now Travis is obsessed with building a platform that standardizes, streamlines, and ultimately de-risks group investing. He won't stop until every single player deal on and off the internet is an opportunity for a multiplayer experience. That is a lot to comprehend. How you doing, Travis?
I'm doing great, Mike. I've been looking forward to this meeting and conversation with you.
Yeah, this is interesting. So tell us a little bit the higher level before we dig down into it. What is Tribevest?
Yeah, real simply, we've simplified group investing. We didn't invent group investing. The wealthy have been doing it for centuries, but they have the benefit of a country club network. They have advisors and attorneys at the ready. And, when you set up a group an investment group the right way, it's a really smart, safe, proven, strategic approach to investing. The problem is if you don't have that country club network and have never done this before, don't have attorneys at the ready, it's a hard thing to do. It is, and I'm speaking from experience. What Tribevest has done is build a platform that just makes it super simple. We give you the ability to launch an investor group, open up an FDIC insured business bank account, have all your members contributing. You're all operating from one single pane of glass tribe dashboard, and we keep all the records so you can transact and invest together. And it's a beautiful thing. And to answer your question, we've simplified and have made group investing accessible to everybody.
Now, is this a platform for the investor or for the, let me put it this way, for the active or general partner and the limited partner, or is this for just limited partners? What is it?
Yeah, Mike, as you know, there's a few different categories here. You're very familiar with putting together syndications, right? This is not that. So this really is the for the investor. So, for example, your deals that you put together, our tribes would be investors into your syndications. So what they're doing is our tribes are coming together, and this is just one of the reasons, but these syndications could be $25K, $50K, $100K to get in. And that's a lot of money to be writing a check. I don't care who you are, and especially if it's your first time getting into these types of things. And so what our tribes do is they come together, form a tribe, and instead of writing $25K check, each of them, all five members get together, write a $5,000 check, and invest in a deal that they wouldn't or couldn't have gotten in on their own, and it gives them the ability to transact as a single investor entity. And so, that we're helping people do things they wouldn't or couldn't on their own. And then in a lot of cases, Mike, it's more about, I want to do more deals more often. So where maybe I could do 1 or 2 deals a year, now I can do 8, I can do 10, I can do 12, because I have my investor group and we're out there having fun, finding deals, knocking them down.
Yeah, that's a great concept. So how, once you do the LLC, are the tribes kind of put in as like a joint venture? With, I have an LLC, Travis has an LLC, and then we form a tribe, and then we go invest. Are we creating kind of like a joint venture, or is it, how do you set it up?
Yeah, I mean, there's similarities there, but we've even made it more simple. Really what you're forming is a multi-membered LLC, and you're operating like a partnership. And that's key. That's key because, the difference between a syndication and an investor tribe, we actually call them multi-owner vehicles is what we call them. And key word there, owner, because the money you put in there, that's you putting your capital contributions into the business, making you an active partner, an active member. And then that LLC, makes the decision where to deploy their capital. And so you're putting your money in, you're part of a business partnership, LLC, it's governed by the operating agreement that we step you through. And then, you're deploying that capital to wherever the owners decide to do so.
Now, what was my question? Oh, so when you have 4 or 5 people that come in as a tribe and they say, okay, I want to invest in this project.
Yeah.
Now, how do you get around? I would think that the projects would have to be for non-accredited investors. Would that be true, or can you? Because if it was a syndication that had accredited investors, would each of those individual people have to be accredited, or is it a way that the whole group can pull it in? So how does that work with when a tribe goes to find an investment?
Great question. So as you've kind of pointed out here, does the tribe need to be accredited? Does the LLC need to be, accredited investor? And the answer is it depends on what they're investing in, right? So we have a lot of tribes that are doing active investments, more like single family, flips, short-term rentals, vacation homes. And it's not just real estate, Mike. They're investing in startups, convertible notes, doing lending deals, crypto, racehorses, art, you kind of name it, the convertible or the multi-owner vehicle, the tribe entity works really well with whatever you want to invest in. But, getting back to your question, do they need to be accredited? It depends on what they're investing in. Now, a lot of syndications, not all of them, require the investor be accredited. And the rule of thumb there is anybody that owns 20% of that investor tribe needs to be accredited. And as long as everybody that owns 20% of that investor tribe is accredited, then that tribe is accredited too.
Yeah, that's perfect. I was wondering if you're going to ask that, because I deal with that 20% rule a lot. It's like, okay, I own 80.01, you own 19.99, and that's how it goes. So we're talking about tribes. We've been talking about tribes a lot. How does someone find and align with their tribe?
Yeah, great. Another great question. So, it kind of start with your social circle, and then you can kind of, draw circles going outwards of course, we have a lot of family tribes. We see those with vacation tribes. A lot of multi-generational families. So our tribes where, maybe one of the older generation is investing in different deals and they want to bring in, the younger generation, and then vice versa. The younger are the ones that have been leveling up and they want to bring their, the previous generations along or their siblings along. Vacation homes is a big application for families. So, families, friends, and friends, of course, are a popular place. You think of, the people like and trust, and that are like-minded and are leveling up, have a growth mindset, and maybe are doing the same deals anyway. Those are great places to find your tribe members. And then another place that we're seeing these members find each other are out in communities. I mean, not unlike the one you have here with your listeners, but there's a lot of communities. I mentioned Left Field Investors is a community of passive investors looking for deals. And it's a great group. And a lot of those groups, a lot of those members of that community have, talked about different deals together. And then they decide they want to form a tribe, and they've never met each other than online or on Zoom or whatever it's been. But those are also great places to find your tribe. Anywhere where people are like-minded and have similar ambitions is a great place to find your tribe. And it is definitely bring your own tribe at this point. We're not playing matchmaker or anything like that. But good question.
Yeah. So it seems like this is a perfect thing. I talk to young adults a lot that ask me, how did I get started? And it's a lot easier now because I always, on a lot of episodes that I'm on, I always talk about, I got started in the PG time, which was pre-Google. So I didn't have any help. I basically learned how to invest in real estate through my own mistakes. I didn't have,
which is still the only way you can do it, but you're right. Yeah. There are a lot of useful tools.
But oh my gosh, it's like, there's a lot of useful tools, but I can really see, I talk to a lot of young adults and they're like going, I don't have that checklist. I've got, we're in our mid-20s. We all have good jobs. Me and my buddies at work, we'd love to get started doing a fix and flip or like a short-term rental. But they ask me, so how do I do it? They always ask me. I mean, this seems like the perfect platform because not only is first thing I tell them is don't get, you have to get the LLC paper. You have to do, the most important thing is that paperwork, so that everyone's covered, protected.
Protecting each other, protecting the members, protecting the relationships.
It is. And as soon as they say, oh no, it's my best friend, he'd never mess with, I'm like, believe me, he will.
All the more reason why, right? If you really care about that relationship, make sure you set it up the right way.
It is. So it seems like the perfect, for all of you listeners out there, if you always wondered, it's like, how can I break into a short-term rentals? That's what the hot thing is right now, but you don't know how to do it. You've got some friends that you want to do I always call it joint venture because that's just what I'm used to.
Sure.
But a joint partnership. This Tribevest is the perfect platform, it seems like, to start out because, Travis, not only do you handle the paperwork for them,
yep,
you even handle the bank accounts for them.
That's right.
I mean, it's like a cookie cutter white glove service, it seems like.
Yeah, we kind of saw what, again, we didn't invent group investing. The wealthy have been doing it forever. And the problem is the mystery. Do I need an attorney? How do we configure this operating agreement? And we just went and really, reverse engineered what's been being done forever. and made it real simple, put it all on the same dashboard. But you're right, you can file your LLC, you can configure your operating agreement, which is your governing document, and then open up an FDIC insured business bank account. And then the other stuff is like, where do you keep records of all these things, right? And we give you a single dashboard where all your members can log in, they have access to all their documents, they can vote, they can record that vote, they can see all their bank account information, your cap table. So how much have you put in versus the other members? How much do you own? All that's right there. And it's funny, Mike, who you were just describing was my brothers and I, not too long ago, but it was kind of a long time ago, 12 years ago. My brothers and I was in my late 20s, and we were on a fishing trip that we couldn't afford. We had just read, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and our parents owned a cottage that meant so much to us and our family and our extended family. And it was during the Great Recession, and they had to sell it, and we weren't in a position to buy it. And we're like, well, wait a minute, we got a good job, got to get income, we got 401k. Why can't we buy this? And it was a wake up call. It was like, we're not wealthy. We are not financially free. In fact, if our jobs go away, which was a very real possibility at that time, we were broke. And so, that the old promise of, go to school, get good grades, get a job, what all those things, that was not a path to freedom for us. Mm-hmm. And I don't think it's a path to freedom for anybody. And we realized that, in order to build wealth, you need to own real things. And of course, everybody we knew that was a millionaire was investing in real estate. They either became millionaires through real estate or, were smart enough to invest in real estate with whatever else they were doing. And, but we realized that, to break in, you need capital. You need capital and you need know-how. We didn't have either. We didn't have capital and we didn't have the guts like you. So you didn't need know-how or guts or both, really. Mm-hmm. And we didn't have, any of those things. But together, we're like, we can start to pull capital, right? We'll pull capital. We'll do $500 a month each. That's $2,000 a month, $24,000 a year. And, in terms of not knowing how to invest in real estate or what to do. And this was, of course, pre-Airbnb and all these other things that make, different business models pretty simple with real estate. We didn't know what to do, but we knew that we wanted to learn and grow together. So that's what the tribe represents. The tribe represents this opportunity to pull capital, get over that threshold, and then be with people that you want to learn and grow together with. And it's so you don't always have to go it alone, right? Mm-hmm. You're an investor, you're always going it alone. And now you don't always have to go it alone. And that was what changed our lives. It changed the trajectory of our families. And, why we are in the position we are today was because we broke into real estate investing and broke into investing into real private assets. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's fantastic. I mean, it's almost like you're paying it forward. You're saying, look, I had all these mistakes. I had all these challenges. Let's create a platform. And especially I see with the younger generations, they can't do anything without a platform. They have to have something online to do things. And it sounds like a great thing. Now, can you give me some ideas of what some of the current deals that you've done? What are the tribes saying? How have you kind of I don't know if you've gotten any feedback, about how it's like going, wow, this was, you've impacted our lives this way.
Yeah. I mean, it's what drives us. I mean, we've now helped over 1,000 tribes launch on our platform. And, we actually have a web page that's called Our Tribes on our website. And, there's over, I think, 20 different testimonials of these tribes and tribe founders, as we call them, the people that initiate the tribes, sharing their story. And just like, my brothers and I forming and funding an investor tribe, that was many years ago, it unlocked a future we could have never dreamed of. We invested and did things we could have never done on our own. And that's the story that you hear from these other tribes, how they were enabled by Tribevest. And again, it's not about Tribevest. We're just a helpful tool. And then they're the ones that are coming up with their dream, their ambition. And to answer your question, a lot of short-term rentals, buying vacation homes that they want to be able to share that space together, but they also want to make it a cash flowing asset. And tons of tribes are doing that successfully. A lot of tribes investing passively into real estate syndications. Big, popular, simple application for us, right? Not a lot of moving parts. You just come together. We'll manage the cap table, all the legal T's, making it real easy to put your capital contributions, wire the money to the syndicate. And so that's a really nice application and very popular one. People are investing in startups. In fact, you might see we just raised a few $1 million and we're venture-backed startup. But, we also opened it up to tribes, and a lot of our investors form tribes to invest into a startup, in our case, Tribevest. But we're seeing that in a lot of other different startups as well. Crypto, you went with all the different ways to invest in crypto. You don't need a lot of money to get in. But when we talk to our crypto tribe members, they'll tell you, I wouldn't ever do it on my own because I don't understand it. But that's why I'm investing in my tribe, because it's fun. I spread the risk. I don't have to put that much in, and I'm learning about it along the way. And so those deals really stand out. And then, there's a lot of communities like women communities. The Flipstress comes to mind, and that group of women that are coming together to do flips is another very popular application for us. So anyway, we feel privileged, and we feel a big responsibility to get the word out and to continue to pay it forward. Because you're right, what we've built is the platform we wished we had. We made every mistake you could do. We were like you, Mike. We almost didn't move forward. We almost didn't press on. We're like, is this worth it? Fortunately, we persevered. But when people started asking us, hey, could you help us form a tribe too? We thought, oh my God, what would we do differently? And the answer was everything. But maybe that's the best way to know how to build a platform. Just do everything that, we wished we wouldn't have done.
Exactly. Now let's get down to, and everybody is, if you haven't figured out, probably it's tribevest.com, TRIBEVEST as invest. So let's talk about what it takes as far as, what do you have, like a one-time startup fees? Do you have monthly? Do you have packages? If someone goes to Tribevest and then wants to buy a short-term rental with 4 or 5 of their buddies or girlfriends, how can they do it once they hit tribevest.com?
Yeah, we're bringing out some new exciting pricing, which we're really excited about, that will be published by the time this show goes live. And it's $29 a month to launch your tribe and manage everything that we've just kind of talked about, all that dashboard, the banking, full service banking, everything you need to be able to pull your funds, formalize, pull your funds, and transact as an entity and keep track of everything.
Mhm.
It's $29 a month if billed annually, and $39 a month if month to month.
That's perfect. I mean, and it that doesn't break the bank. You look at some of the portals that we use, and it's like, thousands and thousands of dollars a year to do some of the stuff that we do, is for like syndications, things like that. So everybody, that is a great, fantastic deal to do everything that it does. Man, I wish our portals were that cheap, that inexpensive, not cheap, inexpensive, I should say that.
Yeah, no, and as you're getting to a different level of sophistication with those, and those are high service, high touch, and therefore expensive, Mike, as I know as well.
Mhm.
And a little bit of the beauty and the magic of Tribevest is just how simple we've made it, and we're really going for scale. Like, we want everybody to be doing group investing, and if we continue to grow at the trajectory that we're growing, this business model makes a lot of sense for us. So we don't have to make a lot of money on each tribe. We just need each tribe to tell their buddy about it, or go, as a member of a tribe, going to start another tribe with a new and additional circle of friends. So that's our business model. And it's definitely different. We don't charge for any transactions. Everything's included in there. Everything's included, the banking, the formation, everything. We do not cover the state fees to file the LLC. Because every state's a little different, but in terms of processing and managing that is included.
Yeah, perfect. How any other way that our listeners can find you other than tribevest.com?
Yeah, we would. So, Mike, we would like to put together a special offer for your listeners. And I don't have that URL right now, but if you could include it in the show notes, we'll give them $100 deposit into their bank account once they've started their tribe, and that's as a result of being part of your listening base and community.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much. Hear that, everyone? If you've ever thought about investing with your friends, don't do it on your own. Believe me, I did on my own and screwed up. This is the perfect way to kind of alleviate some anxiety, the fears on, am I doing this properly? Tribevest is the perfect way that all of you can finally get going with some type of certainty that you're not screwing it up. Well, Travis, I appreciate you coming on and telling us about Tribevest. I really think that this is something that I know it's something that everyone's needed, especially those people that just don't really know how or where to start. I appreciate you coming on.
Enjoyed it, Mike. Thanks for having me. Thanks for your good work.
Yep. Take care.